The first info on the final live event is about to blow your mind. Creepy changes are happening all over the island. The darkness is closing in, and yep, you heard it right. Even the Death Star is coming. Buckle up, because this is the wildest ride you'll never forget. Surprise or not, Epic's sticking to their routine. Third update in a row and our fluffy friend is still digging. This time, Kane's crew opened Tunnel 9, revealing yet another mining farm grinding out dill bits. Spoiler alert, that investment won't really pay off, but we'll get to that later. Meanwhile, things are getting even creepier at Daigo's workshop. The guy cranked his machine to max power and fully restored the most cursed magical mask out there. It's literally glowing on the wall, and you can almost smell the dark energy pulsing from it. The closer we get to the season's end, the scarier this. They chopped down a massive tree and built a small mound in its place. That's where Daigo's planning to run his dark ritual. For now, it's just stage 1. But this spot's about to evolve with more crazy stuff as we get closer to the finale. Fun fact, Epic actually teased this whole event a season ago. They dropped a loading screen showing Daigo opening a portal in the forest. The last portal was in the snowy mountains. So yeah, probably just another dev oversight. Big thanks, Epic. Classic. Anyway, those are all the changes in this update. But if I missed something, hit the comments. Gameplay-wise, nothing mind-blowing. Focus is mostly on reload and ballistic. But in Battle Royale, we finally got the 1,000 gold and come back with 2 big pots and a blue AR. Also, if your squad doesn't grab your card in time, they can just straight up buy it back at a van for 500 gold. Now you can use it from your teammates pops up in chat with big colorful letters, so you won't miss anything important. Each ping even has its own sound now, so you can tell them apart during hectic fights. And if it gets too chaotic with pings everywhere, just hold down the wheel and boom, clear them all. But like I said, the real heat this time is in reload and ballistic. First-person mode just got 4 new items: a fire grenade, nitro adrenaline, the AUG, and the Sovereign Sniper. They also dropped 2 new maps. Kinda. They're called Test Arenas because, well, Epic didn't bother making custom textures for them yet. Takes too much time. But they did promise to upgrade them based on community feedback. So hey, we're holding them to it. Right now, only Hammerfall is live. Storm Chaser Cove is coming in the next update. On the reload side, a new map drops April 15th, inspired by a Chapter 2 map, bringing the total to 3. These maps rotate every 30 minutes, so you might have to wait if you're aiming to land on a specific one. Loot Pool got a fresh remix too, making reload even more fun. As for collabs, this update might be one of the best in a while. First, Season 8 of Fortnite Festival is live. Hatsune Miku passed the mic to Sabrina Carpenter. Her set comes with 2 awesome skins, one already in the shop, and some solid emotes. But the real surprise? Epic just revamped the emote system completely. Now most emotes are marked as dance, and here's the kicker. While someone's using a dance emote, any nearby player can join in, even if they don't own it. Once the original dancer stops, everyone else gets cut off too. Cool change? I think so. It makes spontaneous group dances actually possible. But I already smell the salty tears of exclusivity fans. Look, true exclusives like the iconic emotes are still untouchable. But emotes from the item shop? Let's be real, those were never exclusive.
Huh?
And if you're buying stuff just to flex that others don't have it, that's kind of an L take. Anyway, if that wasn't enough, the next collabs no one see coming. Adventure Time. Meanwhile, Epic's been slowly warming us up for the season's final event. And with the latest update, data miners already uncovered the first lines of code and animation sequences for it. Obviously, I'm not about to spoil anything here, but if you're brave, you'll want to check tomorrow's video for all the leaks. What I can safely talk about is the new voice lines between Fletcher Kane and his crew. And they're juicy. If you're too lazy to hunt down all the radios, here's it is.
Sir? The mask on the wall. It's glowing. Moon above. He actually did it. Sir, you asked me to inform you when Daigo completed his tests. And were they successful? It seems so. Excellent. Omega Squad may have located Midas. Take him out. Oh, and with the mask in play. It hardly matters anymore. Tell me again, what does it look like? Well, it's a mask, and it glows. But not with light. Something more, sinister. Perfect. We're proceeding to the portal phase shortly. It's all over. They have no idea.
My theory that Dago was rebuilding the mask under orders from Baron Kane? Confirmed. But like I predicted, Dago is gonna backstab him and take off to fight the darkness in the spirit realm. And that's not even the craziest part. Data miners also spotted mention of a mysterious sphere that'll appear in the sky after the event. Apparently, it'll slowly move closer to the island each day until we enter Season 3. And I'm calling it right now. That sphere, it's the Death Star, and it's gonna be the centerpiece of Chapter 6 Season 3. Star Wars has already been teased, and this upcoming season is only gonna last about a month. It all checks out. Also, there's something shady. Besides Sabrina Carpenter, the standout for me was that cat bundle from Kit. 2 styles, super clean and kinda mysterious. Then there's Katie, who looks a lot like Miauskles. Is she his sister, daughter, girlfriend? Someone please explain this cat soap opera in the comments, cause I'm losing it. There's also a dangerous looking bunny skin that's simple but somehow menacing in a really cool way. For Easter, we're also getting Una Usagi, with floppy ears on her hoodie that bounce when you jump, at least in one style. And there's that sporty version of Chica who's always ready to throw hands. I kinda want one of those fanny packs IRL, but let's be real, they'd probably only let me wear it in a psych ward. Still looks sick though. Epic also keeps bringing fruit and veggies to life. This time, a cactus cowboy. Not really my thing, but someone out there's probably hyped. The one everyone's gonna love though? That new free ranked skin. The back view is straight fire. Even better without the cloak and just the hoodie. One of the best comp skins, period. There's also a trippy new acid-colored robot dude wearing a bandana. Super unique, but real talk, I think he'd look better without it. Last but not least, Dino. A total parody of Rex in a ridiculous hoodie that I need in real life. Fortnite, please drop merch. And the new emotes, banger after banger. My fave has to be the little fish dance. It's weird, it's catchy, it's perfect. But take a look for yourself. That's all I've got for today, but for those who missed the full storyline breakdown of Lawless season, here you go. So, fellow thieves, if you've been missing the Golden King, grab some popcorn and get comfy, because things are getting serious. So yeah, I've said before that Midas might just be back for the hype, but deep down, I was really hoping his return would add to the lore. And it totally has, except most people won't even realize it. Why? Because not everyone does the story quests. And even if they do, most people don't even pay attention to what the devs are trying to tell us. Like, while you're grinding these story missions, you're getting third-partied by sweaty tryhards or other lore hunters just like you. Honestly, Fortnite's storytelling used to be better since the Golden King returned. Although calling him Golden King doesn't even fit anymore. because now he's asking to be called the Golden Gunslinger. Alright, fine, Midas. Golden Gunslinger it is. First, let's talk war with Fletcher Kane. Like I said before, we've been gathering an army of outlaws across the island for a reason, to leave the Baron with nothing. And now, Midas himself has confirmed my theory. Dude completely roasted Kane, calling him nothing but a wannabe with a fluffy tail. Turns out, these two go way back. They actually used to work together. But according to Midas, he was always one step ahead, which is why Kane has been absolutely tilted ever since. Ever since that moment, the furry wolf guy has been obsessed with being the best of the best. But we're about to bring him back down to earth. Right now, Fortnite is running a community challenge, where we're literally raiding Fletcher Kane's vaults to back him into a corner, gather a team of criminals, wipe out Kane's entire fortune, and put his so-called Golden Empire in check. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, because this war between two legendary crime bosses runs way deeper than we originally thought. We all know that Chapter 6's main plot revolves around the 0 Point Shard that crashed on the island and got snatched up by the demons in the spirit realm. Up until now, I thought that only Hope, Jonesy, and the mysterious darkness lurking in the spirit realm were after it. But turns out, everyone is trying to get their hands on this thing. At this point, the 0 Point Shard is basically the last slice of pizza in the lunchroom. Whoever grabs it first wins everything. And Midas? Yeah, he straight up admitted that he wouldn't mind taking the 0 Point Shard for himself. Keep that in mind, because this could totally be some Shakespeare gun type setup for the season's final event. But according to Midas, the most important thing right now is making sure Fletcher Kane never gets his hands on that shard. That's why Midas, Jonesy, and Hope are teaming up. For now, they've got the same goal. But let's be real. The Save the World squad isn't exactly jumping at the chance to trust the guy who turned the entire island upside down back in Chapter. When talking to Goldie, he literally thanks her for saving him from the spirit realm. So yeah, there's no doubt about it now. Even the big guy who showed up on Oninoshima with his boss backs this up. Looks like when Midas said the last island was too small for his ambitions, he really meant it. Dude was planning to shake things up in a whole different reality. But there's still one mystery we might never solve. What happened? Don't expect any tight teamwork just yet. That said, we can start piecing together what Fletcher Kane is actually up to. Midas just exposed some of his biggest secrets, one of them being ancient magic. If you've run into convoys or cracked open vaults, you've probably seen the mystical masks. And these aren't just some cheap collectibles you'd find at a flea market. Last season, we already learned that Dago is the only one who knows how to craft these masks using ancient techniques. So if he's not trapped in the spirit realm, there's a 99% chance he's actually working for Fletcher Kane. And there's a lot of evidence pointing to this. First, Dago is the only one who knows how the spirit extractor works. And now, after the latest update, it's back online. Second, if you read through the new dialogues carefully, Midas directly mentions both Dago and Kane, saying that the 0 Point fragment can't fall into either of their hands. And finally, that destruction mask that used to be in Daigo's shop, Dago never actually disappeared into the spirit realm. Instead, he's making masks for Kane's army. Why? Well, Dago's main goal has always been to get as strong as possible so he can kick the darknesses in the spirit realm. And the fastest way to do that? Find a rich backer who can fund all his experiments. And in this case, that backer is Fletcher Kane. Basically, both Daigo and Kane are getting exactly what they want out of this deal. Kane's troops now run around the island wearing enchanted masks that let them break into any vault with ease. So, as we can see, Daigo has stacked up a ton of gold bars to upgrade his workshop, 100% necessary for restoring a super powerful creepy artifact. Kendo even hinted at this last update when he mentioned his brother was working on some kind of project. So yeah, looks like we've got an unexpected symbiosis between the greedy furry Kane and the mask maker Daigo. But honestly, I don't see this alliance lasting too long. Once Daigo finishes working on the mask, he's probably gonna backstab Kane and go all in on his own plan to enter the spirit realm. But here's the catch. Loopers aren't exactly thrilled about any of this. In fact, data miners have already found files suggesting Daigo might become a boss in one of the future updates, which means we might have to fight him ourselves. And honestly, this lines up perfectly with Midas's plan to take down Fletcher Kane and Daigo. Now there's one major thing tying both Kane and Daigo together: the 0 Point Shard. With Kane, it makes sense. He's got a bit of a complex about his small empire, so he's doing everything he can to expand his wealth, even if it means working with someone like Dago. To him, the 0-point fragment is a valuable asset. Either he can sell it for a ridiculous price, or use it for some kind of next-level heist. Daigo, on the other hand, is obsessed with power. For him, the 0-point shard is like a can of steroids, something he can use to get a massive strength boost. But here's the thing, Midas is the real wild card here. Remember when I said that the Golden King isn't as straightforward as he seems? Yeah, he's looking for the 0-point shard too, because he's got plans. And if we know anything about Midas, his plans always end in absolute chaos. Last time, he triggered a tsunami out of Hades' prison. So yeah, whatever Midas is planning, it's not gonna be pretty. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the final event of this season revolves around trying to retrieve the shard from the spirit realm. Except with a 99% chance of everything going horribly wrong. Oh, and one last itself from the spirit realm. It's definitely one of its top minions. And the fact that something this dangerous might actually break into Oninoshima? Yeah, that's a huge problem.
I kinda need to act up, brother. Kick, turn me up, soul. Bring on the mayhem. It's about to be a knockout. Bringing out the big guns, putting all the stops out. This ain't what you expected. Buckle up, it's about to get hectic. 1 for the money and 2 for the show. Make it loud, yeah, that's all that we know. Foot to the floor, now we out of control. When I move, you move, everybody, let's go. Now run, run, run 'em up. Start up a rocket, yo, let's turn it up. Run, run, run 'em up. Now bring on the mayhem. Run, run, run 'em up. Start up a rocket, yo, let's turn it up. Run, run, run 'em up. Now bring on the mayhem. 1 for the money and 2 for the show. Make it loud, yeah, that's all that we know. Foot to the floor, now we out of control. When I move, you move, everybody, let's go now. We keep it reckless. I'm a big deal, gotta hang it on my necklace. So you better watch out when we dropping in, or we gon' leave you Swiss cheese like boom. We bout to clap these fools. I'll show you just what a pickle and a brat can do. Run, run, run 'em up. We making impressions while keeping it classic. We kinda get it started like a matchstick. 1 for the money and 2 for the show. Make it loud, yeah, that's all that we know. Foot to the floor, now we out of control. When I move, you move, everybody, let's go.